Another live. Do another live conversation. Another live conversation. Do another live conversation of energy. Your energy, your energy is being diverted away from you. Your energy isn't really yours. And the reason why I say your energy isn't really yours is because you're not allowing it to be yours. Your energy, your resources, and your attention. Your attention is part of your energy. Your attention is part of your energy. When you draw in bad energies from your attention because you see negativity, you're going to draw in those negativities and internalize those negativities. You're going to internalize those negativities, so you're going to feel like everything is going to live rent free in your head because others choose to use problems as a rent free program for your head. You got to understand, you can't let these people motivate themselves to put you in the dirt. The motivation of these people that draw away your attention, your energy, and who you are is to motivate them into who they think that they're becoming. And what they're becoming is nothing but a succubus to life. These people, these people had access to free health care, free college, low low barrier rates, low barrier gates when it comes down to having housing, having all the proper necessities that this America was supposed to give us. Oh, at least their generation. We got led to believe on on some other false belief. Our energy and our attention got diverted away. While the boomers got to get through the things that they got through. Their parents helped them out, get to what they needed to get, and access things that they needed to get to. Not all, because some people did grow up poor, but half the population, it seems to me, through my experience, has through my older generation, the generation that's older than me, has experienced nothing but inheritance, has experiences good shit, good good-hearted ships coming through life. The 1950s offered a lot of good attention that was associated with math, with everything that was supposed to uplift us to the highest degree. But we ended up having free education, free all this in the 1950s, come to find out. And we're realizing that and acknowledging and understanding this. And it seems to me that the boomers have been leading us on in a direction where they said they worked hard to get where they got hard work and all this. But what we have been led to believe is that they've done it off the money and resource that they have created. But they didn't have money and resources when it was first created. It was hard work that our grandparents helped them get to. The hard work that our grandparents have associated themselves with a lot of them are passing. The real ones that are the real generation were the ones that were the 1900s through the 1940s. Those are the real people that actually went through a lot that we can relate to because they're only one generation away from us. The other ones that are born from 18, 17, and all the others years, that's something that we can't relate to because they're too far away from us. But the ones that we can relate to, and some of us that are 40 to 45, 39 to 45, have been raised by our grandmothers, grandparents. Our grandparents have taught us something way different when our parents weren't listening, and our parents are right now in their 70s, 60s, and 70s. They failed to realize what our grandparents were trying to teach them when they were young, when they wanted to be rebellious. Our grandparents were trying to teach them, but they failed to realize what our grandparents were trying to teach them. And what our grandparents taught us from 39 to 35 that had been raised by the grandparents that were born in 1900 to 1930, to, I would say, 1940. Those are the one real grandparents that really, really, really put it on these boomers. They had the boomers that were born in the 1950s. They already knew from my experience of my grandma talking a lot of stuff, talking the truth about what her sons and daughters have done that didn't equal up to what she thought was going to be something that she could be very proud of. Yes, my uncles are successful, a majority of them, but they always forget where they come from and how they got it. It wasn't just because they got it, it's because of the sacrifice that our grandparents gave to them. So therefore, the attention that was put into our parents was high. Yes, those days were hard. Yes, our grandparents did make the right decision, but the real hardship, that the real generation that had the hardship were the people that were born in the 1900s to the 1940s. If you learn from that generation and you're 39 to 45, then you're a dope generation. I refuse to allow the generation that was born from the 50s to the 60s to say that they were the best generation. The 70s is kind of our generation still in some type of way. The millennial, but the boomer kind of is out of touch with reality in a lot of sense with the old money that they have preserved over time. And now those boomers seem to think that the attention has always been diverted away from how they got their money. And that's where I say, where I go back to where I was originally talking about the attention. The attention is always being diverted away or let in. When the attention is being let in, there's really no neutral attention. Everybody usually wants your attention or wants your attention led away from them from the things that they've done because what they've done isn't the correct way that they should be teaching us on how, because they don't know the correct way on how to make modern money. How does a boomer can teach us how to make money in the tech world and the industry? Yeah, they have made created what we have today because they are boomers, but a lot of them are passing away. A lot of them refuse to teach us how this process was made to get to where they were. They just want to lead us to believe that what they want to do is have our attention. And there goes with our attention again. Lead our attention to believe that they done it themselves. And that goes for someone like my dad. My dad is very successful in what he does. Both stepdad and dad, and my mom and my stepmom, they're very successful on what they have done. Own houses, had a lot of money back in the 90s. Am I a product of that? No, I can't ask for them from that because you know what? Once you start asking for help through wealthy parents, excuse me, all that you're going to get is obligations. You don't want to have those obligations from your wealthy parents because this is the way they think you should do it when they know that is not the way to do it. And then when you come to ask them how they made their wealth and got to where they are today, they divert your attention by saying something way crazy outlandish like they did it on themselves since day one. That's not the truth for all of them. Maybe for some, maybe for half, but not all. Yes, those days were hard, and yes, maybe a majority of them did have to raise themselves, but it hadn't been done in the ones that are the most wealthiest without our grandparents. And the attention has been diverted away from us, believing that they have got it themselves. See, this is where I say attention is very important. You have to pay close attention to what exactly is being said because it's not always the truth. It's always being led to another direction, so you can't really understand fully how the process was being made. That's how it is. That's the glory of all these things that they have done because it's hard for us to pinpoint exactly the moment that this spurred up where we are today because the social media is leading us to have all these directions and putting our attention in all these different ways. Social media, we don't actually need Facebook. We don't actually need Instagram. We don't actually need YouTube and all these things that I'm on now. If you take 5 years of your life to understand that there is things out there that connect us together that we can still be connected without having these mainstream outlets Underground things are the best things when it comes down to actually saying what you want to say when you're on the underground. It took me a long while to understand and to find the place. And I'm not talking about Reddit, and I'm not talking about these things like that. I'm talking about developing your own system. There's systems that have been already put in place since the early 2000s that are still existing that nobody takes advantage of. You can create your own app by other people that have created apps that are already really, they're made to be made. All you have to do is just go in there and configure the color coordination, how you want your app to function, and then you just have to really focus on learning HTML code. JavaScript and HTML code go hand in hand together. Once you start learning HTML code, API, SDK, AdMob, 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 and each account that you can create, you can start to understand how social media makes their money. Once we can start creating our own places, our own digital assets that we own, that we all still are connected to, but we build and still have the same connection and network, and to have a same custom app that can configure it to how you feel as if you want the app. Then next thing you know, it still can be configured to still be like Facebook and have a network to get in contact with other users that have the same type of premises of app. See, a lot of people want to lead us to believe that the things that they've made in the past are something solid, something that are always going to be there forever. But I yet to believe that, because you know what? There's a new day and age that's coming where we're all going to own our own digital assets, and that's going to become our digital footprint for having an asset. See, our parents had assets that were in the physical form. They don't understand the digital asset. Once you start having your own platform, I developed my own platform, Illis Underground Radio. It's a platform that I had on Google Play that I'm still trying to get back on Google Play because of SDKs, APIs, and other tokens and other SHA fingerprint things that I need to put up into the system so it could be it could be legit identified. It takes a little bit of time and work, but the process has been done by me solely. And these things can be held by other people, other users, other people that don't want to make their own app, that can just attach themselves to people that have already developed this app, those ads that are attached inside those apps, and everything that's the revenued through streams and music, which can be the contribution to this is you can have your own cloud service, your Google Cloud service, to have your own music, to put your own music on your own app, creating your own cloud service, your own cloud server, to creating your own app. See, your attention is being diverted to another way. Facebook, YouTube, like this. You're sitting there listening to me. If nobody's listening to me, I don't know. I can't see right now. But the time has come to put the financial back into your hands and understand that big tech is winning because they're selling your data. I'm no commercial right now. I'm not trying to sell you on no bullshit commercial gimmicky ass fool that's trying to tell you something. I'm telling you something from the experience that I've done for the past almost 6 years right now, from understanding my own data, understanding my own API, understanding my own SHA fingerprint, understanding all these different elements that create the data that they sell. You have to understand this is how it's going to operate. If you're just going to allow them to keep being rich, especially the boomers, because the boomers are the ones that kind of created this Facebook, this social media. They were the forefronts to this social media. That's why they keep getting more and more and more. You think only half of them are not tech savvy, but the ones that are tech savvy caught on early. These ones that have helped create these platforms because they're older than us, and they started to understand they started to understand C++, they started to understand Python, they started to understand JavaScript, HTML, they started to understand, what is the other one, Kotlin, Kotlin. They started to understand all these things, and that's not even the beginning of all these canvases that you could use for your code. They're using these things. They have been using these things to stay rich. You got to understand your attention is being diverted away from you. You got to start getting smart with this data. Start learning how to learning where I'm at, that I've created this platform. Just make your own platform to still be in touch, network on a social network, to understand that we can still stay in contact, making our own ad revenue and data brokerage. We have the capabilities of doing all this. We're allowing the boomers and everybody else, well, they are allowing us to believe that they got it on their own, but they didn't get it on their own. Now we have the help of these AI things. You get scared of AI, but I don't. AI has took me to another place where I'm understanding these codes a little bit better with HTML5. I'm understanding how to implement these codes back into a zip file or a downloaded file, where I can HTML these downloaded files, put them into cloud server, then put an ad on there, then serve it out to the people. Takes a lot of time, takes a lot of effort to understand this stuff, but once you get here, you get exerted. You have to pick up all the pieces, get re-inspired to know that you have a place that you can make money. A lot of people don't have an online platform where they say they make their own money. Usually a lot of you people have to be creators or music creators, content creators. How many of you can actually say that you own your own platform? Not a lot of you. And the ones, when you do find this platform, we can connect together on another level, so we can all make money together. See, these people have you believing that this is the only way that you could Google things, only way that you could be on the internet, but that's not true. Money is awaiting you, and you just don't even realize it. It took me since COVID. I didn't want to do the things that I did anymore. So I stopped doing those old skills that I used to have. I developed new skills by learning how to code. Started learning from an app, from a place called Spreaker. This Spreaker had a place where you could understand how to code, because it gave you an option to buy your own app, to put your own platform on your own app. So when I started that, I downloaded this thing for $100. It basically was self-explanatory, but it took you through every line, made you understood each line that was going to be a plug into the next. Once you start to understand how this works, yeah, you can't code. Of course, I'm not a code genius, but I find the codes that will work for the things that I want to build. Then I build it and put it together. Now AI has allowed me to build these things together and these ideas together through the process of understanding previously on how these things work together. Don't let these boomers and don't let these people that have owned these social medias for years lead you to believe that you can't make it in this world digitally. We have so much internet to go around. You got to learn how to use this internet. Not just by social media and saying you're a content creator. Not by just saying you're a musician and make it by puny ass Spotify that wants to give you 2 cents per stream. Bullshit. I'm not about that life. I didn't create my own app just to say I'm gonna pay people two nickels, two fucking red pennies on every stream. When you are to start to understand that I am a bigger sense than you think I am. I didn't waste 5 years of my life to understand a whole platform. And yes, that it might be only APK, which is an Android app, which I've started to learn how to do a web app too just recently, to keep it real for the iPhone users. We haven't figured the iPhone out to be monetized, but we sure did figure out the APK, which is the Android app. Once you start to learn and understand that you can make your own money, it's like you don't want to go back to those old things, because you understand that there's a lot of money to be made. And if I could just make you guys listen to what I'm saying for one moment, you could understand this. Instead of me reaching out to people that are on Facebook and texting this for hours and they still don't understand what I say. So this is the introduction. My other one was energy. Direct your energy towards you to make what you want to be. This one is attention. Your attention needs to be diverted to what you want to be and how you want to build this success online. So if you want to learn this, you're going to keep listening. I'm not going to sell you no stuff, no book, no bullshit. I just want you to listen. Get my subscribers up. Tell them. Show them. I'm not just a musician. I'm not just somebody that makes beats and raps on my thing and makes a lot of different videos. You rarely see me on here with my face. And when you do, you see me talking on some real stuff. Now I'm just sitting here or laying here, really resting my bones in this water, and sitting here talking to you about how we can make this better. This is what I call a poor man jacuzzi because my bones hurt. I'm getting old and I need to speak the real to a lot of people. Stop directing your energy toward these hood rat hoes that are on the street. Hood rat hoe, bonnet hoes that are over there on the street trying to take your life away because they want some drama and extra money from you. Take that. All that dude, baby daddy drama that he wants to take you down the line and just wants to mess with you. Take that dude and put him to the side. You don't need that. You need real things in your life to make money. I'm here to help you. I'm here to help you. And let this next one that I'm going to be talking about be another entryway into what we're going to be doing and how we're going to be making money together. So I hope you enjoyed this one. This is going to be the two introductions into how we make money online together as a team. And if you stay long enough, I'll show you all the places that I make money that we all can collab together today. Not today, but in the future as we get together, put together more ideas and things that we can move together to get this on a page where we're all making money. So let this be the introduction to where we need to be. Thank you for listening. I'm out.